tell you something, man. Hey, man, Kevin Durant, man, I'm trying to see you on that court ASAP, man. You say you don't play me in the game, man. I ain't never seen you play a damn.
No. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And that is because Kevin Durant is a fan of the real life Washington Naganadels, that being the Washington Nationals. And this is week 2 of the PDL, and we have a little bit of a sports theme going on today because we do have Cinderace off the bench, and we have Oricorio-Pom-Pom coming this week. We are playing Cantaloupe Pie. I don't know if it is Cantaloupe Pie, just spelled wrong, but I like Cantaloupe Pie, and I hope that he is henceforth known as such to himself and to others. His team is amazing. Like, I rarely prefer a team somebody else made to one that I had done, but this is crazy. Like, as far as Mons that need to be respected, it's the whole team. There's nothing that can possibly be disrespected. Now, I make all my teams like that. However, a lot of times my lower picks are stealth threats, or they may just be like an NU all star, like a Passimian or something, or a Pokemon that's great in Rambats. So I know the potential of from that in a draft setting. However, you don't have to know anything about anything like that to notice that everything on his team is incredibly bringable, really threatening. His weakest Pokemon, I don't know how they let Floatzel be 3 points. There's no rain, thankfully, but manual rain would be crazy with Hurricane on a Jug, Ferrothorn, classic Rain Mon, Water Absorb Claude, so that would have been, if he can always bring it manually. But Tera Electric Floatzel this weekend to me was definitely a huge threat. In retrospect, I could have brought Wo-Chien on Mola, but I just didn't think to do that. I was hoping that Tera Electric Wo-Chien, which is actually here mainly as a check to Iron Jugulus, which in prep proved to be a monster. Even with the Shuca berry, this is the Shuca berry because it actually takes Earth powers pretty well. But we have a lot of Spadef on here. I don't think we get 3-hit KO'd by, it's either Dark Pulse or Earth Power, but anyway. The Shuca berry is as a secondary check to Tusk over here. So yeah, and we can just hit that with a Giga Drain, and I think we knock it out. I forget. I don't know if I was just yeah, because Power Whip should. At any rate, this was a very scary team, and I was not feeling incredibly confident going into it. We actually have a no attacks Gliscor. I do not need Earthquake because it only hits this guy. He is a problem. I do have Taunt for it. I can sit on it for probably longer than he can do much into me. Even if he rings Liquidation, it's not going to do much. I'm going to heal it off, and the drops are not going to matter due to his own Unaware. So this is still going to be a problem. I had dual Wing Beat on this for a minute. Looking at it in retrospect here, I kind of wish I had dual Wing Beat, but I was really thinking that I could still beat it anyway. I don't know if I really would have, but I was thinking that Cress would be a bigger threat, so I really wanted Toxic more than Dual Wing Beat, and I thought U-Turn would be really good overall, as well as Taunt. So I was looking at Gliscor more as dedicated Cress counter, and hoping that Zen Headbutt and EQ over here, and maybe Flip Turn or some damage from Wo-Chien, or maybe you with Taunt. Oricorio in this matchup is definitely a win con. Claude is in the way, but not much else. Not much else. So We are hopeful that Oricorio in the back will do it. Obviously, it's a post-com, so you will see whether that happens or not. And I am a little bit disconnected from this game, though, because I played it on Saturday. I had a semifinals match in another league, the CDL, and on Sunday, and now it is Monday evening. I could have recorded this before the CDL semifinals match, which I did win, by the way, so now I am in finals. I'm also been thinking more about the finals match than reminiscing on this match. It is a very good match, but yeah, I didn't want to. I wanted to use all of my time in between those matches to prep for that semis match, and that paid off. We do have our Libero Cinderace with the court change. That's going to be fun. Trailblaze is nice as a defensive option because I can then it does good damage to Rotom, and it also prevents us from getting hit with Pump or even an electric move back. Overall, that is nice. Plus, the speed boost could be helpful in case he's Scarf on anything. Goodra has coverage for everything. Lives a long time with Toxic Protect. Wo-Chien, like I said, is a Jug counter. Tera Blast Electric. Protect and Leaf Seed just kind of thrown on there. Protect is really nice on the team in general to deal with the choice threats, of which there are a few. Yeah, you could be choiced, you could be choiced, you can be choiced, and you can be choiced. Mola to keep our entire team healthy, really, and it should do well in that role. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into the match here. Looks like there's no Floatzel, which is incredible for me. Like I said, no Wakan on Mola. Would have hoped for a Wo-Chien to be able to take that on, but it luckily doesn't have to. There is Ferrothorn, which I was kind of thinking he might leave because it should be easy for me to deal with. I don't know if that doesn't really prove to be the case. Look, he's in the thumbnail, but yeah, he is here, and this Wo-Chien is hard-walled. We looking at it, thinking we could probably just lead off with Gliscor and click Protect. There's not really, we're not really that punished if we do that. He could maybe get up rocks or something, but we have Court Change. Yeah, so let's just go ahead. I'm a little disconnected. We're just gonna try and relive it, the wonder of this match, because this is a good one. We start off with Gliscor. He starts off with the Tusk. He maybe predicts me to start off with the Gliscor, a very common lead. So I just Protect and the Ice Spinner. Okay, so that's revealed. Pretty obvious that he would have it. And we go ahead and get our Toxic Orb activation. So now I can just go into Mola. It's very safe to go into Mola, but I'm thinking that is the most obvious play of all time, right? I'm thinking I've been prepping the whole week because in the semifinals match, also had a great Tusk on the opposing team, and it's been choiced every single time. Every single time. It wasn't choiced when I played the semifinals team in the regular season. There was protective pads for my Garchomp, which is an interesting choice. But because you can just OHKO with Ice Spinner there, okay. It was for Talonflame as well. Duh. Anyway, I'm thinking, okay, this is probably choiced, so I can just go right into Mola, right? However, I'm starting to get a little nasty idea in my head. I'm starting to think, okay, that's going to be so obvious. He's just going to double into something that can hit Mola hard, like the Rotom or try and go into, I don't know, Ferrothorn to hit Mola, or into the Claude to get off Toxic on Mola, or maybe Wallow with Water Absorb. There's so many better things that he can do than just Ice Spinnering again. So I'm thinking I'm going to click U-turn here. I am going to go ahead and vault off the switch in and get my momentum, because going Mola is just too obvious, right? Alright. Yeah, like is the meme sometimes with Galaxy Brain. It it can go a little too far sometimes. Who knows? Maybe he just misunderstood. Maybe it was a genius play that he just misunderstood and he didn't cooperate with my genius. Anyway, that was why that happened. So, yeah. Also, I thought I could have lived. By the way, I think it was. I was thinking maybe Jolly was like 88%. But anyway, that's not what happened. So now we're into Mola. He goes out pretty. I don't know if that necessarily reveals his choice or not. But anyway, we're just gonna go into Wo-Chien here. I don't really care if I get burned on the Wisp because of the potential for, or because I'm special, and I'm not lefties either. So we're just going to go ahead and get our electric up so we can switch into the Jugulus, and we protect so that we do not eat a trick. That would be bad. And then that walls us. So we're just going to go hard and Stealth Rock into Court Change. Get this up. We are normal type here. Getting burned here would definitely be a risk. But it's not like I really want to go into anything else. This is probably a bad play to stay in on this Wisp. But I'm thinking that he might just want to defog or something. Yeah, maybe this is not the wisest play. At any rate, you can tell I'm not making the best plays. Early in the game is not always my strong suit. So this is maybe not ideal, but I do go ahead and get a Trailblaze, get good damage off, and we get lucky without the Wisp. The Wisp was pretty free too. We really should have gone for that. Then we go ahead and hit with that Trailblaze. And we do good damage. Now we're +1. We're going to switch out because we do not want to eat a Wisp now. And also eating a Volt Switch is not ideal. So we go ahead and we go into that. There's Clotzer. Oh goody, we have Earthquake for this. Okay, so he's Fizz Def, and he's invested. Bruh. Yeah, things are looking pretty bad at this point. Things are not looking good. So we obviously have to switch out. He's just going to recover. EQ might have been better. We go ahead and get a Wish up. And I'm thinking at this point, I know he can body press. I don't really care if he body presses because I can still go into Goodra and get a Flamethrower off. And I also know that he's Fizz Def at this point. However, I'm being really stupid. I make what is not my last bad play of the game, but is the last extremely consequential bad play of the game, and I do not make the connection between body press and high Fizz Def, and I don't calc, and we die. That was really bad, because that Pokemon is pretty important because it can deal with pretty much everything. So we are down by 2 here. Luckily, we still have a fairly unassailable position, given what is on his team. He can maybe go Tusk and start doing some damage, but being choiced, it's not that easy. Plus, I have ways to hit him back. Actually, everything on my team can hit him back, so it doesn't come in that easily. It is going to be Scarf, I'll tell you. So maybe it can't really hard come in that easily. But yeah, okay. Anyway, we're gonna go Ace here, and this is where I'm thinking, all right, if I'm gonna have a chance, I'm gonna have to start, counter attacking. So I'm looking, and Pyro Ball is fairly free. However, we're gonna go Trailblaze on that last thing it is, and we get a nice stab Trailblaze, and he is down. We do not have any ways to get up hazards though, so we can't kill him on the preservation here. Try to take him out because I thought he'd give it to us because he's so low, but no. He maybe figures that Mola can be a weakened Mola can be picked off with it. But yeah, he does reveal the Ice Beam there, which is going to be a problem for Oricorio. We don't know if he has the other coverage yet. Go ahead and get out of it. Hold on. Yeah, we don't want to stay in and eat anything with this. Plus, we can't really touch it when we're grass type. So we just go into our big fat fish that will sit on everything forever. Oh man, I love this Pokemon. This is exactly what I envisioned when I drafted this. It really goes crazy in this game. It should have made the thumbnail. Ooh, we good. Decent damage off with the Pyro Ball. I do it again. Maybe that's not ideal because as I realize eventually we have limited PP on that. He could have just moonlighted here to get that off. But it looks like I catch him trying to Calm Mind on my switch out. So it still looked pretty free to get this low. I'm always assuming this is going to be Lunar Blessing rather than Moonlight, because I just think it's better, especially with leftovers, I can beat it down at that point. And it's a really annoying Pokemon, especially now Gliscor is gone. I was under the assumption that none of my toxic users, of which I have several, were actually going to beat this other than Gliscor because it had the taunt to prevent the Lunar Blessing. So we're going to try and beat it down. And right now we're looking to succeed. So let's go for another Pyro Ball. And we do huge damage to the Clodsire. Cinderace is doing quite well right here. He is a very stally team, and despite not being banned or Lorb or anything, he is going in. He is doing a lot of damage. And we reveal the Zen Headbutt. Is it going to be enough to KO? No, it's not. And he is going to recover up, and that's too bad. We are no longer fire type, so we're not going to eat EQ here. It's really unfortunate that I didn't get the flinch either, because Claude is now just annoying. And at this point, I'm thinking that Pyro Ball is still just freer overall than Zen Headbutt. So I'm not going to just go for another Zen Headbutt because doing 57, I could actually beat him down there, and I think that him getting back up, he wants to preserve it. So I am just going to go for another Pyro Ball, and we're going to get some good chip on that dangerous Pokemon, and that is going to be important for later. Here comes in my Tera Electric Wo-Chien. Doesn't eat that well, but we do see that is specs, and it is not going to be a 4-hit KO. So that is nice. That is what I designed. He makes a double here. This is an interesting play. So he understands that this is walled. And I make a double. No, I lied. Okay, I made the double. That makes more sense. I like to make doubles. Because I knew that, yeah, he didn't want to stay in because he figuring that I probably do have Tera Blast Electric, so he's going to go into Ferrothorn, and I'm going to bring out the Cinderace again to continue to apply pressure. Let's go. Okay. And Tusk comes out, and we miss. That's not terrible because it's not going to do that much to Tusk anyway, but, you know, it would always be nice to have that damage, especially, you know, on Tusk, which lives a lot of things just naturally. Now, this is an unfortunate position. We're going to go Mola, see what happens. He's going to Tera Ground up and Headlong Rush. Ooh, but we eat that so well. So well with the leftovers. I had honestly had no idea what Tera he was going to be. And so I was just like, we have to see what happens. I was thinking he was going to be Tera Steel, maybe, to eat some Toxics. That may have been better, in my opinion. But Tera Ground coming in on the Mola is still not going to be enough. And we're expertly EV'd, as they say. I probably did calc for like +1 on Tusk or something like that. I don't think that is quite equivalent to Tera Ground Headlong Rush, but I definitely would have calced something along those lines. Now the Crest is coming out, and we do the Toxic off. I'm thinking that he probably would want to stay in on the Tusk just to do more damage to me. And then, but if he's choiced, which he is, I think that had to be revealed afterwards. I don't know if there's a real outspeed here. Well, oh, no, I lie. I'm stupid. I realized that he was probably Scarf when he outsped my Gliscor, because I did have a little bit of speed on it. I wasn't thinking he was going to be just max speed randomly. Did not have enough speed to outspeed it, to outspeed the Tusk on Gliscor, because that'd be insane. That's another reason why I U-turned at that first turn, because I thought I would probably, if he was defensive, as I would think would probably be better, or just that I would have a good chance for it, that I could just U-turn out. Yeah, so I'm thinking that I can probably catch him here with the Toxic, and that would be really good in the long run. We do hit the Crest, and I'm thinking, well, that's not that great, because it could just be Lunar Blessing, but he's Moonlight instead, so that's actually incredible. Really good for us. Things are still not ideal, but we are chipping away, and he's not actually making any progress at all thanks to Regenerator. The only progress he's really made is this little chip on Wo-Chien. And that could be good, especially with the Tusk coming out, but I do believe that, you know what, let's run this calc. Let's run this calc. Yeah, never mind. I will maybe post the calc after, I don't know, I'll probably forget to do that. That's a little odd. At any rate, I'm thinking that Wo-Chien with the Shuca can still live that attack from Great Tusk. But we are going to go ahead, and we got the Cinderace out. We're going to keep applying pressure, keep applying pressure, keep applying pressure. Here comes the Clodsire. We are going to Trailblaze up, just because at this point I just want to outspeed the Tusk if it wants to come in on this. Last time it tried to come in on the Pyro Ball. We are down to 3 Pyro Balls also. I believe I noticed that at this point, that I cannot do that forever. Trailblaze, Stab Trailblaze does okay chip. We can Pyro Ball here, and we snag the burn. We snag the burn. Because, yeah, I could have Zen Headbutted, but again, I'm just thinking Pyro Ball is pretty free, and I think I can do it one more time. The burn is going to go a long way, because this Pokemon, like I said, is going to be one of the only obstacles for Oricorio, and the burn is going to help us be able to eat whatever it wants to do to us. It also is going to cancel out those that black sludge, which is just really nice. So that is pretty lucky for us. Pyro Ball seems to burn a lot for a move, which I believe has a 10% chance. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to understand exactly why I went for Pyro Ball here. I'm just thinking that it would be good into like if you wanted to go Crest on the Zen Headbutt or anything like that, or in the Jug on the Zen Headbutt, that would cover for that. It just was the freest all around play, and I figured that I could do it one more time before having to really conserve the PP. He gets off a Toxic in response. Not a big deal, especially because now he's low. Now he's low. I'm going to Zen Headbutt there. See, and alright, now he's going to get Toxic Chip on me. And he's going to get a free turn to Moonlight back up. Okay, yeah, like I was thinking, this Crest would be annoying, but we do have the Toxic on it, and we can totally outstall. He goes ahead and gets a Calm Mind, which, okay, I don't really know how consequential that's going to be, especially because Moon Blast is doing nothing. Here is Wo-Chien. At this point, yeah, I just want to wish that thing up, because now no progress is made. Yeah. Can you imagine if the Gudra and the Gliscor were still around? People would be like, that is so fun for me. I love the slow cinema, you see. Yes, and we are truly Wong Binging it here. Yes, sir. We got that Bing Wong. Yes, sir. All right. Coming in, Ferrothorn. Nothing. Just Leech Seed in case he wants to stay in with that Calm Minded up. Okay. Just go hard, you. Gonna get some annoying chip on me, but guess what? We have Mola. Mola. That must be so annoying. Let me just be like extremely annoying here. It's just Mola. All right. Go ahead. We're gonna wish. We're gonna flip up, flip out. Oh, who's coming? Who's? Yep. Oh, go back to 100%. Back to 100%. That Toxic does not matter at all because we're gonna keep switching out. We're gonna be wishing up. Get that Pyro Ball off. One more. Okay. Big damage. Big damage. Just 40% though. So unfortunately, and especially because I now have one left, I can no longer really be applying pressure with Cinderace. So every time it comes out from here on out is going to be a bluff. It's going to be a few times, but we're just going to have to see if it's going to work. But yeah, unfortunately, I have to switch out here. I cannot go for another Pyro Ball. Going for Trailblazers and Headbutt doesn't really do anything. So just go ahead, go Wo-Chien to threaten another Leech Seed, I guess. Go ahead into Ferrothorn. It's fine. Not going to do anything. I can go hard Cinderace because he can't actually do anything to this, and I don't want to get Power Whipped or anything. So, yeah, go ahead. Get that Seed. Yep, okay. Yeah, that was that bluff. Go ahead, and then we're going to flip turn out. And yes, it is. It is time. It is time. At this point, I had been thinking, all right, how am I actually gonna, because we've been sitting around. We've been sitting around. We've been wasting some time. We've been getting good chip. But at this point, Cinderace can no longer win the game on its own because it only has one more Pyro Ball. So we're gonna have to, at this point, try and go for game. Here we are. This is the mon we want to set up on because it can't really do anything to me because I have the ability to taunt it. We're going to go ahead and taunt the Crest instead. I don't know. He just didn't want to eat a Hurricane or something. He shouldn't have done that much. He was Fizz Def, but still. Ooh, that Ice Beam. Ooh, no freeze. Lucky. Okay, we are going to keep setting up. He cannot set up alongside us. Get up. Go ahead. Another one. Very, very free. Right here, we think, okay, what if I get a flinch on him? And this is a really annoying Pokemon. If I get one flinch, then it's over. We don't get the flinch. That was just about the dumbest play I could have made. That was the biggest throw. That was way worse than any other play I made the whole match. But we got super bailed out. He's revealed Toxic. If I taunt, he can't recover up anyway. What's he gonna do? Liquidate me? He's gonna. Am I scared of the Stone Edge? Come on. So that was horrible. That was horrible. I really needed to taunt there. That was trash. But I'm gonna learn my lesson, and I'm gonna taunt here. You must recover though instead of toxicking, which is a little odd. Now we get another free Quiver Dance, and things are starting to look good. Here comes the threat. Now I'm thinking that he cannot knock me out with Ice Spinner. He cannot knock me out with Stone Edge. I don't know if I did the calc on Stone Edge, but I know he can't knock me out with Ice Spinner, and I don't know if he would really have both. I don't think that Stone Edge does anything into my team that ground and ice coverage do not. I could be wrong, except for Oricorio-Pom-Pom, which is I mean, you know, in my opinion, it's respectable, but last week it came and it didn't do much. Which is, by the way, why we have Air Slash instead of Hurricane. Can you imagine, you know, just getting all this way set up only to miss Hurricanes? That's what I initially had, and I was missing Hurricanes in prep. And so, yeah, we're just going to go Air Slash. We are more at an unassailable position than an unstoppable force at this point anyway. We're not even necessarily two-hit KOing Cress or Ferrothorn at +3 here. So yeah, we're gonna. Plus, we also have a flinch chance, and we have a we have an OHKO chance. It's like 6%, but still, we're just gonna go for it. He does live, and we live that actually a lot more comfortably than I thought we would. So he is gonna switch out. He is going to try and save himself for later because he is Scarf and I cannot get up a spike or anything, obviously. Go ahead and, yeah, learn our lesson here and taunt. Liquidate. Oof, we are uncomfortable. We're thinking he's burned, so I can roost even if he predicts it. He does not predict it. No drop. Wouldn't really matter. It would matter Tusk coming in. It's a pretty free quiver there. He elects to EQ there, which is a little odd. There's no reason for me to roost. Taunt ends. Gotta reapply the taunt every time. Gotta reapply. Can't toxic there. Ooh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. And he's gonna liquidate. Gonna minus defense. And it's looking like, yeah, we will take out the unaware Claude with this. And at this point, at +4, we are going to do a Oh no! 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 It's Jober. And then he gets this. This was his out. I'm not even mad, because I'm actually thinking in the moment, well, that was the out. Yep, that was the out. Great. Just have to see what happens. It's in God's hands. Makes that play. Thank God. As we say, praise him in this chat. Thank you very much. He has decided that I shall be winning, it would appear. Of course, I can miss Air Slash. So at this point, you know, in Pokemon, a lot of times you have to think, well, what will be? What will be? You cannot get mad at the hacks. Not at all. That play that he went into Tusk there on this freeze was so correct. Because he can't just wait around. He's not going to beat me with Cress, so he has to go in and he has to capitalize it, that -1 defense. If I do not unthaw, then yeah, he's going to OHKO me with that, I'm pretty sure, with that Ice Spinner. I think it would. I did live on 28, so I could be wrong with this 90, and it also could be a roll. But again, that would just be another turn that he has to wait for freeze, which historically is a pretty sound bet. Go ahead. He actually gets another chance. No, he doesn't get it. He is going to get another chance for me to miss the air slash. No, I do not miss the air slash. At this point, he doesn't have a whole lot they can do to me. This can't even hurt me, so I'm going to take that out. He should have probably gone to Ferrothorn first. Take care of this. And Ferrothorn actually can't touch me. I'm not going to bother to taunt or anything. So, yeah, it is going to be a 6-0 reverse sweep for the cheerleader here. Oricorio-Pom-Pom, Suspiria, Dance Dance Revolution. That is indeed the theme of the week.